What's up YouTube, it's Louis here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video on Bitcoin. So right now in the monthly time frame we do have 22.5 days left, but currently we are below the 12 EMA. As long as we're below this EMA we should be basically going down to the 20. If we can get above the 12 then we won't see the 20. Until you're above it we basically have to say we could be coming down to the 20. That would be lining up with this wick, so it could be another retest of this previous resistance over here. It was support, you lost it, became resistance over here with wick rejections upwards, and so you came down, support, flipped that resistance and support, resistance, support, so it could be coming down to that area again, which is roughly 38k. And we've gone through this on the smaller time frames. We will get in a bit more detail on the smaller time frames. Right now let's go take a look at the weekly time frame. But you can see guys that we're stuck between support, resistance, break above resistance, now it's support, so you're stuck between support and resistance. You're just ranging basically with a fake out here. So if you put, you can't see me doing it, but if you put your hand over this candle, like from here all the way to here, if you just covered this area here and you just pretend you don't see that, you're basically resistance support. We're ranging in between 39 and 61k basically. This 1.382 and this 1.414 creates this support and resistance, and this 1.236 and this 1.272 creates this support down here. So I hope you guys are understanding that. Of course I have this 1.474. This was our little support and resistance point that we were holding, but this is the main area basically. Let's take a look at that weekly time frame. So of course you potentially are going to get that bearish cross. For me that's telling me that we're going to retest the 55, just like you got here. You already retested it multiple times, but it's telling us, yeah, we're going to do body closes now. Boom. So is that bearish cross just going to signify that? Could we actually wick back up? Of course, you are below the 55 weekly MA. If you do retest this as a resistance, that's always negative, and that's your bear market. That's the bearish scenario coming back down to these lows back here. But as long as you're above this wick over here, I'm saying that we will stay above this zone, basically this area of support, and you can see that this is acting amazing, isn't it? You got nice resistance, support here again, support. Look at that buying power from here, and support back down here. So the reason why we rolled over and we've come back to these levels is because let me just get rid of that. There we go. So why did we push up like this? When we lost this level and we dropped down to here, we had loads of buy positions. Not me personally, but the market had loads of buy positions here, and this is what pushed price up. Then you came to the 20 and you got rejected, right? And that's why when we've come back down again, we're not having that similar movements, because all these buys down here got used up. So they got their positions got opened, maybe take some profits up here, and that's why it's falling back down to here with no buys basically at the moment in these zones. That's why if we were to come down lower than this, we're basically starting to wick up, because the buys lower than this point were not triggered, and now they're starting to get triggered over here. That's why we're seeing some pushes. I think that's going to be a lot of buy orders on this 1382 at 39,000, the 39,000 area. So we could come, remember on the higher time frames, on the monthly we saw that wick 37.4k. I think that's this wick over here, yeah. So yeah, there could be so many buys lined up here, all over here. So once we do come down here, we could get wicks back up, and we do want to see this box hold basically. So that's what I'm seeing on the weekly time frame at the moment. Of course, yeah, even if you do close below this, I'm not bearish until you come back up, fail to get above, and then roll over, and we already have some targets down here to look at. Now let's take a look at the daily time frame. We had this inverse head and shoulders here, right? You broke out, amazing, back tested it, back test multiple times, come up, got rejected by the 55, come back down, and now you lost the neckline here. So technically speaking, this pattern, this inverted head and shoulders with a target at 77k is now invalid, unless we can now break back above. If we can come back above, confirm that as support, 43k, then we might be good for continuation. So it would basically validate that pattern again. So now that we lost it here, invalid, got back above, confirmed as support, valid, come up, got rejected here, still valid until you lose the neckline lost, invalid. If we can come up here get back above, confirm its support, the pattern is valid. So trading is all about invalidations. Like a pattern can get validated, invalidated, back and forth as many times as possible. But if it does eventually come back above, your pattern's valid again to 77k, measuring from this low back up to here. So that's the daily time frame. Let's zoom in a little bit now. Oh yeah, just before, everyone, I've said this in previous videos already, everyone's calling this a head and shoulders. The thing is, yeah, before anyone was calling this a head and shoulders, everyone was saying it was mirroring this. Now, if this is mirroring that, yeah, completely agree with you guys. If so, then this isn't a head and shoulders, correct? Because over here, everyone was calling this a head and shoulders. I was on YouTube back then in March. In March and May, but I had like less than 50 subscribers, so no one was listening. But I basically went through this scenario, how it won't play out, because the target from here all the way down to here on the breakout was like minus $2,000. So if this and this are the same, then this over here is not a head and shoulders, because this wasn't a head and shoulders. That's if history repeats itself. I'm not saying it will, but look, every single time you had big wicks, they got filled in. Big wicks got filled in. Big wicks got filled in. Big wicks got filled in. And then that's why we said we need to watch out for this wick. What happened in the end? Filled in. 100% of that wick filled in. So that's amazing to see. Is listening to RTA, I could keep going. Look, massive wicks here, filled in. Massive wicks here and here. And then eventually filled in. Even to the upside, it got filled in. So yeah, Bitcoin loves doing this, and so it likes repeating itself. As you can see, it was doing that with the previous cycles. Maybe this cycle's a bit different, maybe it's not, maybe it's just a lengthening one where the same targets, the 2.272 or the 2414 will be met. Basically, that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So that's the daily time frame at the moment. We know what we need to do now. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, zoom in a little bit. Now, of course, when you're below the 20, the purple line, you're in a downtrend, of course. We know this, especially the 200, that Y1. That's basically telling us the downtrend. If we're in an uptrend or downtrend, as long as you're below the 200, you should be looking for sales. So you come up, double top at the 200, got rejected, put in a lower low now. So that's the continuation of the downtrend. It's always nasty to see rejection, because look, every time you see this, this is why you must have the 200 EMA. Rejection here, rejection here. So of course we had this sort of ascending triangle over here. We broke out to the downside. Well, I'll get you the targets now. So we have this fib retracement. We did want to hold above that 618 for continuation upwards. However, you lost it, creating that reversal wave with a minimal target at the 1, which I always tell you guys. Once you lose the 1, which we are below at the moment, and the 1 is now acting as this double bottoms neckline. So if we can get back above the 1, confirm its support, we might be good to eventually start heading back up slowly. Minimal target, the 200 EMA. However, if we keep failing to get above it, which we are doing right now, then if we do put a lower low below this, we will be rolling over to minimal, the 1.272 and the 1414. I do think that, yes, technically speaking, this is your target, but I don't think that we will come here. Just because I say I don't think so, it doesn't mean I'm right. Again, remember, we did go through on the monthly and the weekly how we could be coming to 37,000, roughly 37,400 is that wick here. So in and around this area we could be coming down to. So that's literally just below that 1414. So maybe a little wick down, get back above that 1414 and start heading back up. That's potentially what could happen with Bitcoin. Of course, yes, your target down here is that, but you don't have to come to it. You can bounce off here, you can bounce off here. As long as you're getting back above the 1 and holding that support, you basically won't see further downside. And what I do like about what's happening right now is, of course, you're below this. You did break out of this large falling wedge with a target back up at 69k up here, and you were outside of it. You did backtest at support twice, and you rolled over, lost it, and backtested it as resistance. Correct, we are below it. Correct, it's no longer support, it is resistance. So technically speaking, we should run into it, get rejected, put in that lower low. But you can see this is very nice confluence over here. The trend line is lining up with the 20 EMA. So it's basically telling me if we can get above both of these, confirm that 1 as support, 42k, then we could literally see Bitcoin start heading back up. We will get rejected at the 55, come back down, find support. But if you can now come back above that 55 and hold that support, minimal target, the 200 EMA, wherever that may lie, because right now they're in these locations, but they will be moving as the candles keep printing. So for me, now it's all about 42k. So it's all about 42k because we have this double bottom. This double bottom will break us above the 20, come back to support, get rejected here, come back, sit on the swing high, previous resistance and support, go back up, hold that support, previous resistance and support, and then wherever the 200 may be. That is what I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin. I'm just going to put one more fib before we go, guys. So that's some bullish perspectives for you. So got this fib retracement, swing low to swing high. You did form the reversal, come to the 1 minimal. We have met our 1618 target. The two targets are lining up nicely with that 1414. And look at that for some confidence. Where's that 2414 sitting on? That wick down there, isn't it, that we've been talking about on the monthly and the weekly time frame. So let's go back to the monthly. Let's put a line on that actually. So yeah, look, the 2414, sorry, the 2414 line up very close, very close. So I'm going to put a line there, just like that, and then go back to the weekly, see how that's lining up. Yeah, okay, daily time frame. Yeah, look at that. It's nice touches over there. Look, resistance, exact support, resistance. Anything else? Yeah, some support just there, some resistance just there. Yeah, so this is how I know it's an accurate line, basically. So go back to that 4 hour time frame. Let's draw some sort of box, basically, over here. So yeah, nice double bottom on this line. So that's how we know it is actually support. Draw this sort of box. This over here, this move down here was a little fake out. So yeah, just like that, drag it into the future. And then where is it? Where is price? There we go. Yeah, so for me, this is my target. If we were to obviously lose this, get rejected by this pink line in the 20 MA, I'd believe that this would be our target. A little wick down below the 1414 because this is also lining up nicely with that monthly 20 EMA if we were to lose that 12 EMA on the monthly time frame, which we are under at the moment. So that could be a potential scenario we bounce from. Stay above this white box, we're not going there. Lose it, we're going down to there. Perfect, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button and subscribe. Must urge you guys to subscribe and comment what you think is going to happen next. Perfect, guys. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, peace.